Hey, so I had somebody ask me to make a video about like me talking about like coming out and all that kind of stuff. So I figured I'd do it because I mean I've had people ask me just ask me answering like regular questions about how I did it and all that kind of stuff. So I figured I might as well make a video out of it. Um, I mean I know I posted it on Tumblr before about how I came out. Was on I was actually on Blogger before I was on Tumblr, and somebody had asked, and I had told about how I had done it, and I had posted it online, and about like everything I was going through, and about like how I was questioning everything, like questioning, if I was gay or straight or bisexual or what was going on with myself because like I didn't know, and that progressed over to Tumblr after like 2011, I guess it was started, like right before I graduated, or the year I graduated. But when I was on Blogger, one of my dad's friends found it. Like somebody that he like went to high school with. Like I don't know how he found it. I guess it was linked to my Facebook or something. Um, and he found it and he told my father. And so I'm sorry, I'm typing, and this is really bad for making a video. But he told my father about it, and um, my dad read everything, and he saw that like him and my mom, like my parents, were the last people to find out. Like almost all of my friends knew, because they were the first people I told. My sister knew. One of my cousins up north knew, because at the time me and her were really close. Like everybody but my parents knew. And he also read about how I was like struggling with an eating disorder, and I was struggling with self-harm, and I was like trying to figure out if I was depressed at the same time, and like he was worried that I was going to kill myself. Like there was a lot on that blog. It was like they didn't know any of it. They didn't know anything was going on. They thought I was fine because I wasn't really acting differently. Um, so he saw it and he read everything, and he waited until after my birthday to say anything, or after my birthday party to say anything. And he pulled me, like we were leaving a band rehearsal that on a Saturday, and he pulled into the parking lot of the rec center. I'm sorry. And he told me that he found it, that he knew everything, and he was actually really crushed. Like he was hurt that I was afraid to tell them. Like it really upset him, and like he still hadn't said anything to my mom yet. Like she didn't know, and he was upset that I was afraid because like he found out I was ashamed to tell them because I didn't know how he would react, because my dad is first generation American, like 100% Italian, like really old school, really old fashioned. So I figured, oh shit, how am I going to tell that, or how am I going to tell that I'm gay to my father when he's like that? So he told my mom, and my mom, found out later on that my sister knew everything too, and it made a really strained relationship between me and my parents and my sister. And it resulted in a lot of fighting and a lot of arguing. Like, I got threatened to be kicked out of the house. I almost ran away multiple times. The depression got worse. Like, everything escalated so much more because of family. But as for, like, that's obviously how I did it. But as I was coming out, as I was telling friends, as I was like being more comfortable with myself, I was feeling better about who I was. I mean, yeah, I was still questioning it. Like I had a girlfriend at the time, but I was like infatuated with another guy. Like biggest crush ever kind of thing. Every gay guy has their straight crush. This kid was mine, or my second one actually. But he was the one that I had while I was trying to figure everything out. So it made it, 100 times worse. But coming out made me feel better about who I was. And I don't know if I posted this and questions and shit before, but holy shit, this video is gonna be long. I'm sorry, guys. Actually, I had known almost my entire life that I wasn't straight. I had always had like a subconscious attraction to other guys. Like even when I was little, I would always say, like, think, oh, that boy's cuter, or that boy's cute, like whatever. I really wouldn't think, oh, she's pretty, I want to, be her boyfriend in elementary school when you have little boyfriends and girlfriends for, a day. I always thought to the boy rather than the girl. So, like, I knew all my life. It took me having a couple big crushes on guys, and then one serious one, and then just me sitting down and thinking, what's going on? Like, I had spent almost my entire life denying the fact that I could be, because, in my mind, I was just being like, oh, it's a phase. I'm not gay. I'll get over it. I have girlfriends. Blah, 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 blah. And I just kind of denied it, and it kind of led into, like, me spiraling into a little bit of depression during my senior year. So, I mean, that's really it. Like, there was a lot of family drama. There was a lot of fighting. There was a lot of crying and screaming and yelling and things being thrown around the house. Really, there wasn't, problems in school. Like, I never got bullied. I never got picked on. Like, somebody made a comment once, like a football player, because I was holding hands with the guy I was dating at the time. And I basically told him to fuck off because he can't do anything to me. And that was the end of it. Like, there really wasn't gay bashing at my school. So I really didn't have to deal with it through there. But I guess that's really it. Like, obviously, like, I wouldn't recommend coming out the way I did for anybody else. It wasn't a good idea to post it online and then have your family find out about it. And if you're gonna do it, make sure your family won't find it until after you're able to tell them. Because I swear to God, it'll ruin relationships with your parents. Like, they will be crushed to know that you would rather tell strangers on the internet that you're gay, or you're, lesbian, or you're bisexual, or you're questioning, or whatever it is, than you would rather have told them first and gone to them. So, I mean, I guess that's really it. This video is kind of long, and I don't want to sit here and bore you guys with me babbling about my life and me coming out. If you want to ask me questions about it, I'd be more than happy to respond. I'd rather do it privately so I don't blow up, dashboards and all that kind of shit, because I know everybody doesn't want to read about it. I mean, my life isn't that exciting, so, I mean, for those of you that wanted to know, here. For those of you that didn't, obviously, it's the end of the video, but, I mean, you really don't have to watch this if you don't want. So, hi guys.